What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to Oscar's Cozy Corner. Now, today is the day where the Cheshire Cat event, chaos event, whatever it's called, starts. And it's been very confusing. It's confused me. I know it's confused some of my community. I've seen people on Reddit, on Facebook. They all seem to be a bit confused as to what's going on. So I do have what I think is the answer. But pre-warning, this video does contain data mined content. We've taken a look through the files to see if we can identify what is going on. And I think there's an answer, but if you don't want a spoiler and you don't want to spoil it for yourself, this is your warning. Do not watch this video. But if you do want an idea of what's going on and why certain things might or might not be happening, stick around and we will get into it right now. Okay, so today is the day where we can unlock the Cheshire Cat in Disney Dreamlight Valley. Now, unlocking the Cheshire Cat compared to the Cheshire Chaos event are two different things. I was a little bit confused. I thought that we had to do the event to unlock Cheshire Cat. You do not have to do that. The event is separate, so the event has its own rewards. They are unrelated, and to unlock Cheshire Cat, you just have to do a quest where you speak to Moana if you've done the two previous ones that involve Scrooge and Remy. So there's three technically time-gated quests to unlock Cheshire Cat, but those will no longer be time-gated. And the Cheshire Chaos event is separate, where you will get White Rabbit-inspired rewards from the event itself. I was going to say from Cheshire Cat, but it's not from Cheshire Cat. It's from the event that actually give you, as I said, White Rabbit rewards that you get for completing certain tasks. Now, it's not like, but it is kind of like the other events, but this one does feel a little bit more confusing. So there are technically only two things that you have to do. The one is dig for memories. So when you dig for memories, that will bring up a item at the end of it. You do have to complete quite a few. And if I remember correctly, not every single memory orb that you dig up from these little pink sort of like cracks in the ground will give you a memory. Some of them might give you coins. I think that's what I've seen from other players. But the one thing that does seem to be the issue at the moment is that the pink paw prints are not spawning in the realms that we were expecting them to. So obviously when we look at the collections tab or we look at the duties tab, it does say that there are three different realms that we kind of like need to identify paw prints in. So those are clean your room, which is the Toy Story realm. So what you have to do is you have to go to the Toy Story realm, identify the little pink paw prints on the floor, and then you actually have to water them with the watering can. That will register it as sort of like one completed. There are two more that show up in the duties tab. That is Jungle Bungles and More Than a Mirage. Now, identifying both of those means that the Jungle Bungles one is the Lion King realm and More Than a Mirage is the Aladdin realm. Now, you might be wondering, why am I not seeing any paw prints there? I was the same. I ran around the Aladdin realm multiple times, which is not fun because it is a big realm. And the Lion King one, I just couldn't find anything either. So then I was kind of wondering, well, is something going on? Is it my game? Is it bugged? I'm not entirely sure. What it doesn't make clear from the event kind of like page is that these actual quests or duties are time gated. So there have been people that's taken a look through the files and we can see that there are actually mails that are due to be delivered that will say when these realms are unlocked. Now, it doesn't seem to be the case that these are unlocking after you complete one of them. So let's say you do the Toy Story realm and you get all 20 footprints. It does not unlock the next realm naturally after that. You are going to have to wait for that mail to come to the mailbox. So if we take a look at the actual mail from the files of the game, we can see that it says Lion King message. So that obviously means that this is the message to unlock the Lion King realm for this event. And it does say, I just saw the most curious Cheshire Cat heading for the Dream Castle once again. When I stopped to ask him where he was going, he mentioned a realm where one might roar. I'm not sure what he means, but I think you ought to investigate. It's hard to say what, but that cantankerous cat seems to be up for something. Diligently yours, Merlin. You could probably guess that this is the Lion King realm because they made it quite easy saying that you need to roar, but that is the second mail in sort of like the triptych, I suppose. And then the third one is the Aladdin one. So this one says, Aladdin mail, message title, the Cheshire Cat has struck another realm. As the saying goes, third time's the charm. The Cheshire Cat was spotted in the Dream Castle spouting a curious sing-song about the hot desert sun and an oasis. He's off into another realm to cause his usual chaos. Please do what you can to figure out which realm it is and stop him. Curiously yours, Merlin. Now, I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting these actual duties to be time gated. There was no communication that I could see that they would be time gated. It does say in the initial mail something about unlocking each week. I believe that this only runs for 2 weeks. I might be wrong on that. Maybe it's 3. But that does kind of like hint at maybe some time gating, but I just thought that was a general message from the game about how long this event would run for. So it might just be the fact that they actually send these mails out either day after day. We might get one tomorrow, one the day after, or it might be a couple of days in between. So I'm not entirely sure. There's probably going to be a blog post or a tweet or some sort of social media post coming from Gameloft at some point about this event, and they probably will give more details in that. But if you're wondering, because I know that some of the event duties started early for people, so some people were able to access them at kind of like 8 a.m. local time, I believe. At least I could in the UK here. So I could access them, but it wasn't making sense to me why I couldn't find any footprints in any of the other realms apart from the Toy Story one. So there you go. That is why it does seem as though they're time gated. Let me know down in the comments below if you're enjoying this event, what you think about the event. I'll be honest, I have some thoughts about it. I'm not a massive fan of the event itself, and I'm not a massive fan of the rewards. I don't know, there's just something about running around Aladdin's realm kind of aimlessly that doesn't really appeal to me. It's just not particularly fun for me, but that's fine. That's just my opinion. But whatever it is, let me know yours down in the comments below. Let me know if you've been having an issue or if this managed to give you an idea of why those realms did not have any paw prints in, because yeah, I was not expecting that either. So fingers crossed this helped. Hope it does. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy Reset Day. I'll be streaming later, so feel free to come along if you want to stop by. We're going to be unlocking the Cheshire Cat and actually unlocking him. So yeah, I'll catch you in the next one, and I will, of course, see you in the valley.